Hi, welcome to your second video for week one of bioinformatics in spring 2025. In this video, I wanted to make a special note about the first quiz. So quiz 1.3, ask you a couple of quick questions, really just to learn to navigate these two important databases. So NCBI is the US database, Ensembl is the European database. If you're in the US, you'll automatically get routed to the US East mirror of the Ensembl website. So this is hosted on Amazon Web Services, I think in Washington, D.C. And you will get the fastest version of Ensembl by going to that website when you're in the US. But if you are studying abroad this semester in Europe, which I know many people in this class are, you will want to go to the UK version of Ensembl. So your website will be a little bit different if you click on this link, UK Sanger Institute. It will actually often hang up for me because I'm in the US. But for you, the website www.ensembl instead of useast.ensembl will be faster and will work better. So just pay attention to which URL you're at, bookmark it for this class. Make sure that you've bookmarked both NCBI and the Ensembl mirror that is the best for your physical location. And then you should have a pretty easy time being able to use these tools. So in that first quiz, you're going to search the gene name XPO1. And we're looking for the human version of this gene. So when we click on it, we should be able to see details about it. And it's going to ask you to look up a couple of quick questions, like what's the gene name that starts ENSG? It wants to know what the FASTA protein sequence is. So you should be able to get that from the transcript ID. Specifically, it's looking for the transcript ID at XP01220. So I'll show you what that looks like for a different one. So for 201, if we click on this transcript ID, we can then look at the protein summary. And we can specifically look at the protein sequence for that particular transcript. So this is not what you would put on your quiz, right? Because it's XPO 201, it's that transcript, it's that version of the gene. But you can see what the sequence looks like here. This is just the sequence. This is not the FASTA version of the sequence. If I download the sequence, it allows me to download it with the FASTA version. And there's only one small difference. When things are a sequence, they are the typed out individual letters with each letter representing one amino acid. With a FASTA file, it will have a greater than character followed by a description of the sequence. And so that header row is really important for many of the tools we're going to use. So part of this quiz is just making sure you can include the header row. You can download it, but an even faster thing to do, especially for this quiz that we're going to paste into Canvas, is to preview it. So if I click preview, now it shows up. It's easy to copy. And it isn't just the sequence starting with methionine, it's the whole file, including the header row. So that's one little tip for navigating Ensembl. And then for the last question, it's asking you to look up the GenBank entry. And so that's going to be on NCBI using this accession number. So this accession number is the best thing to search. It doesn't let me click on it because it thinks that I'm trying to edit it, but I will just type it in here. NM underscore 0000518 3 leaving zeros 518. And I can include the version number 0.4, but I just want to show you if I don't include that, what happens. So if I don't include .4, it will come up with what's the most recent version of that file. And that is totally fine to use. So if I click on this description of the nucleotide, there's going to be a couple different versions that I can look at. So I can look at the FASTA version. That's the one we just looked at. So it's just going to be the sequence. Or I can look at the GenBank version. And what is the GenBank version? This is more like a dictionary or encyclopedia entry. And so what you're really practicing here is just copying and pasting this information from the website, making sure that you're only getting the part that would be the downloaded file. So you can do that with your mouse by highlighting, holding down the shift key, and then hitting the click again so that you highlight the whole thing. Or another nice trick is you can send this complete record to a file. So you can download the GenBank file, open up the app, a .gb file. Your computer doesn't know how to open it, but you can just choose Notepad or TextEdit. And then you don't have to worry about like accidentally copying parts of the website. It's going to be a little bit easier in the text editor to just copy it. So those are my tips and tricks for quiz 1.3. I hope that it helps you kind of figure out these two important databases. And once you've completed that, you'll head on to running BLAST, the basic local alignment search tool.